Hey, hello, it's me, Table. Here we are. I had a little bit of a, so we made the first video, right? We made the first one, and I was like, okay, that's nice. Test of concept. I like it. I enjoy it. It works. But then I had some ideas. I've got to have some more stuff to show for you. That's what I need you to be more. I need to give you more. That's what I need to do. I need to do more. So here we are. This is the Neurolictor, and we did the pink. Let's remember the names in the interest of people who have not watched other videos. Volupus Pink, Crimson Carrybergs, right? So we've done those ones. I've also been doing some Ravagers. It's the same scheme. This is on Grey Seer, but what I wanted to show you is on this Neurogaunt, I think they're called. This is Mechanicus standard grey base, right? So you can see a little bit how it's just that ever so slightly darker. It doesn't quite, it's just ever so slightly different. And then this one is a Hormigaunt. Both the Neurogaunts and this Hormigaunt were from the free mini of the month. If you don't know, Warhammer stores every month there's a free miniature that you can go and grab, which is really nice. And it's just nice for having them for practice. I use them for practice as often as I can because I live pretty well. I only live a couple of kilometers from a Warhammer store. And then this blue here is Ari Ariman. Isn't that the Zeech guy? Ariman, yeah, I think so. But you can see this is the blue with the ink, the crimson Carrybergs over the top, and on a Mechanicus grey, it's a little bit dark, a little bit, ever so slightly. I'm more in favour of bright than dark, but that's fine for now. So we got this guy. We are going to take the Ariman blue. I'm just going to use my Vortex mixer, which I would heavily recommend if you don't already have one. Um, they're they are. I'm convinced I've saved money on buying it in relation to the increasing the longevity of my paint. And I've also got a wet palette here. I've got the Army Painter. I think it's medium wet palette. Is that medium? That one? Is that medium? Looks medium. Or I think so. I know there's an extra large, but I can tell you about the other one. Right. So let's take the Neurolictor and let's just pick a point. Right. We're just going to pick a point. Let's start with somewhere where something mingles. Armor plate here in the shoulder, or maybe here. So this brush is far too big for this, but we're going to give it a go anyway, just because I picked it up. This is like my naffed up broken brush. I quite like painting with broken brushes. It's quite fun. You'll notice that I'm actually painting the plate, right? Because I, in the last episode, used the ink to mark out where the overlap will occur. So wherever there's a mistake, it's there to make it look a little bit more alien, a little bit more less uniform. You know, this isn't metal armor. This is essentially something that's grown. It's organic. I'm not. This isn't dry brushing. What I'm doing. It's very much a loaded brush. What I'm just trying to do is leave ever so slightly bits of purple. Can you see that? Or is my thumb completely in the way? It's completely in the way, isn't it? So ever so slightly. So let's go in and just, we want to leave the recesses, but I don't want to leave too much of the white, the lighter purple, the lighter crimson. There we go. So again, I want to cover it, but I want to retain as much of that in there on the ribs as possible. If I mess it up a little bit, it's fine. I could always go back in and re-ink it if I wanted to, but typically I want to avoid that. But I might do, maybe. Okay, so we do that there. Again, it's where it's so light on the edges that I need to get. Okay, we see what we got going on there? You know what, I will move up the arm a little bit more. There we go. But again, it's not, I don't want it to be perfect. I don't want it to be immaculate. I just need about 75, 80% of the purple covered, because I want to have the purple in the depths. The purple in the depths. Let's have a look. I'm quite happy with that. Just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. There we go. So we want that. That's what we want. I might just do a little bit more. I've got loads left on the brush, on the wet palette, but it will keep. Wet palettes, I had to find out about them myself. I stumbled across them. I didn't No one told me about them, but they really are like the Vortex mixer, just absolute game changer as far as enjoying painting. Okay, so we've built up quite a lot of color. You can see it covers the purple really nicely. I feel like it's only the one coat that's going on there. Okay, I like that. So whilst we're here, I can show you what I'm going to do with this shell. Let's see if I can find the yellow. Oh, hello. I think it is. Right, so I'm going to call it now. There are some paints. Oh, this isn't the one I normally use, but I'm going to use it. So some colors, some pigments, they go funky fast. You can see this one's doing it a little bit, but this is a little bit of a better one. You can see it's going funky in there. Vortex Mixer helps giving it a zhuzh, but lighter pigments, for some reason, with Game Cell Workshop paints, they go bad fast. White Scar is one of them. It goes bad really fast. I find that it goes off before I get to finish it. I couldn't tell you why, but it does. So for the shell, first paint we're going to go with this one. This is not a problem paint, and it's close to, I think it's Avalan Sunset, which is my usual one, but that is one of those problem colors. So I'm going to start moving away from that. So we're going to go Towelite Ochre. That's what we're going to go for. So this black top signifies that I've put a ball bearing mixing ball into this pot. I don't know if they were the army painter ones. I don't know if putting a ball bearing, it doesn't have to be an army painter ball bearing. Ball bearings are pretty standard. Any ball bearing would be fine. But my point is, has it actually helped with the paint? I couldn't tell you. I tell you what was nice, putting the ball bearings into paints and marking up the paints all nice and, giving them all a little zhuzh. I was able to sit down and have a little fun time relaxing. I don't know why stuff like that is relaxing. Is it the repetition in it? Couldn't tell you. Right, let's take out some of this towel. Again, a little bit overzealous with the amount of paint you can see here, but the wet palette, it will keep, especially if you pop the lid back on. Right, let's go. So all I'm going to do is I'm not even going to worry about the recesses too much. I'm just gonna get a coating on in relation. Now there might be some bleed because I haven't waited for the blue to fully dry, but let's just get it on and see where we're at. So that is actually a lot lighter than Avalan Sunrise, Sunset, whichever one it is. I'm going to try and keep that little bit of ink on the end there. I might try and keep that. There we go. Yeah, it's actually a lot lighter. I actually prefer this to my other one. I actually prefer it. Let's just do. Is my thumb in the way? No. Let's just do all of that, right? Let's just put all of that on. Let's do the entire back piece. Right, there we go. And that's all. See, you could have. I'm going to go over this with either. Is it Reichland Flesh Shade? That's Lead Belcher. Or this one. This one's darker though. Agrax Earthshade. Or, which I prefer, is it's like Reichland Flesh, which is a slightly lighter version. So you see there, I made a mistake and I got the armor bit. I'm going to leave that. I might make something of a feature out of that. Right, there we go. All right, so that's that. That's basically it. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to want to repeat this process all over. And then on this Tau Ochre, we're going to go over it with either, well, I will go over it with the Agrax because I've got it here, right? So we'll do the Agrax as that's the one I have. So that's the process so far. We'll do that and we'll go from there. So that's part 2. Pretty simple step. I'll see you for the next video, guys. I really like these videos. It encourages me to paint because now I can go away at some point and sit down and finish the rest of this, and then I'm like, oh, now I can do another vid, and I like that. I like that a lot. Or hang on a second, what? Maybe we shouldn't even go just yet. Here, let's take this Emperor's Children, right? And let's do some of the brains. We can do that as well. Let's take some of this. I didn't mix it, but let's take a little bit of the pink and let's do a bit of the brains whilst we're here. I want to be super careful with this. but even though I'm being super careful, I think I'm gonna, let's just get it a little bit on. There we go. So again, you can see that I am moving on to the bone, the armor section as well. I want the overlap. I don't want it to look, really important to me. I can give you an example if anyone is interested of one that I've done this method on, and in one that I was too. So my Carnifex from the Leviathan box I did is probably my best painted one. And then later I got a Norn Emissary, but I was too worried about doing it right. And so I was too uniform with it. And you can see the difference. One's got a lot of life to it, and the other one feels a little bit like I've done paint by numbers ever so slightly. You know what I mean? Well, you will. I'll show you it, and then you'll be able to. But not in this video. I'm not showing you this video. Someone will have to ask. I haven't got the dialogue yet. But you just got to, if we keep at it, one of you guys watching will start up a conversation. I only need the one to have a little chin wag. It will get there. It will get there, guys. Right. Okay. So tentacles done, and a bit of brain. So, right, for the next stage then, I'll finish off the brain on the back in there, and I'll do the flesh and the armor, and then ink the armor with the Agrax, and then that will be the next video. Right, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. I'll see you again soon with another video. Take care.